Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Clone Wars commentary. Danny is really rubbing off on me on that intro. I've put my own twist on it, but it's very Danny White. That's hilarious. Anyways, welcome back, everybody. You have me, as usual, Cheyenne, and
Summer. Hello.
So this week we are actually going to talk about Season 7, our brand new season of Clone Wars. Yay. I wanted to go ahead and start us on keeping up to date with the new episodes that we're getting, because I think that will be not only really beneficial to our listeners, but also really beneficial to us, because, again, the reason that we're here is Cheyenne needs to rewatch the Clone Wars so that she keeps up with it, and I'm already doing that in Season 7. I'm not paying attention the first time I watch it, so then I have to go back and watch it again, and I need to stop doing that.
Woman.
I know.
No,
I should just pay attention.
Multitasking.
I know.
It's
pay attention
30
the first
minutes
time.
of your life that you can pay attention to one thing.
And it's 30 minutes of Star Wars, too. Why would I not be fully focused? And I just can't. Anyways. God, I'm sorry.
So it's really bad, but you could do it while you eat. And then pay attention to that, not what you eat.
Exactly. Okay, so Season 7, Episode 1. First of all, let's talk about, our lead up to Season 7. When you learned, where were you? Do you know where you were when you learned that there was going to be a new Clone Wars season?
It, exploded all over Facebook.
Nice. So you were just, chilling, everything's fine, and then Star Wars was blam!
And I was like, wait, what? Awesome.
Sounds about right. I was, where was I? It was before Celebration at some point, because Celebration was having a panel on it. So we were all like, okay, cool, great, yay, we know there's going to be new Clone Wars, but what's it going to be? And then, of course, the panel fell on the day that I was leaving Celebration, so I couldn't go. And, but obviously my great Kessel Run family went and was able to fill me in on all the deets. But then, again, they fill me in on all the deets, but I'm also that person that's no spoilers, don't tell me. So then they were just here's what you can expect to see without spoiling it for me. And The Bad Batch was obviously a part of that. Have you ever seen any of the Bad Batch episodes before this?
No, I have not.
Okay, me neither. Thank God.
And I absolutely loved it. Gabe was like, yes, I was excited. I was just so, we watched it actually last night, and loved it. Loved the whole thing, and they are awesome. They're comedic, they're great, they're amazing. I love them.
Yeah, they're really fun.
I would love to see more of them.
Yeah, if there was more of them as a whole,
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's really cool that it originated from 99. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Aren't they the ones that were the 99 that were bad, not a good batch or whatever?
So 99 was the clone that was a bad one. Does that make sense? So
he aged. He was the one.
Yeah, he was the old guy, and he was precious and had my heart. But I didn't realize that, his significance into the creation of the Bad Batch. The creators themselves at Lucasfilm were let's do that. So then they just wrote a bunch of them. To be honest, I would have to disagree about, wishing there was more of them. I do wish there was more of them to a certain extent, but I think, having just, a select handful is really what obviously makes them unique,
Yeah, I guess.
But it'd be cool if there was, one other battalion of them,
I just want to see more on each one of their individual, Crosshair, Wrecker, Tech. And Hunter, I want to know more kind of about them and their backstory and how they get along and how did they come to work together so seamlessly.
Yeah, that's fair.
And that their rate is 100% success.
Yeah. And you have to think about, too, a real world thing is, somebody else's strength counterbalances your weakness, So, that's what makes them beneficial to each other.
How many of us, though, can or like to accept that?
Oh, yeah, nobody. I don't even know if they like to accept it.
Well, But they work well, and I love it. I was like, oh my gosh, they're just seamless.
Yeah, they really are. I didn't realize this, but it says on, where am I at? Wikipedia. No, the fandom site. So starwars.fandom.com. It's the first in a 4-part story arc. So, like 1 and 2, and then we're going to get 3 and 4 as well. So I think that that's really cool, because then I can just watch 1 through 4 all together and watch one seamless arc, and that'll be nice. Because you know me and my not paying attention. Yes. So the plot summary that is announced at the beginning of all of our episodes, as per usual, not our episodes of Clone Wars, says, the battle for Anaxis, one of the Republic's largest shipyards, is under attack from Admiral Trench's separatist forces. Jedi Generals Mace Windu and Anakin Skywalker lead a 2-pronged assault on the ground and in the air. But after weeks of heated battle and mounting losses, the Republic's grip of Anaxis begins to slip away. So,
dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, really. So instead of really, the reason I read that this time is because instead of talking about the plot summary, I just wanted us to focus on the Bad Batch as individuals. So we're going to talk about each of them as individuals, and then there's some fun facts and trivia at the end for us. So, quick, name a Bad Batch member that you want to talk about. Wrecker. Boom. Nice. Okay, so description of Wrecker. Do you want to take this away, or do you want me to?
This is a reckless clone with enhanced muscular form. Ooh. I love how positive he is. He's like, yes,
he's so happy.
Let's kill them.
Yeah. Yeah, he should not be that happy about being so destructive, but it's really funny.
Me of in Guardians of the Galaxy, Drac. Mm-hmm. Drac, the blue guy.
Oh, yeah. Drax, I think, yes. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And he's like, we crushed them, yes!
Yeah.
So happy about it. Oh my God, I love
That's such a good reference. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. It says, Wrecker's muscle and size are matched only by his temper, which can boil over easily, and equally pronounced sense of humor, even in the most dire circumstances. Yeah, I would say that is Drax to a T, because literally in Guardians of the Galaxy, when he learns that Thanos is the one that took away his family, he, like, loses his mind.
He kind of reminds me also of, Drax with his one-mindedness, or one-track-mindedness, reminds me of, and I can't remember his name, but I can remember his hair, the guy from Princess Bride. He's like, I am so-and-so Montoya.
Oh my God, my name is Indigo Montoya, and I'm here to kill you. Yeah.
You killed my father, and, like, all that stuff. Yeah. Like, how he's just so singly focused. Killed my family, I'm gonna kill you. And
that's the guy that was in, he's in Criminal Minds. He was Gideon in Criminal Minds.
Yes, I love him. Like,
I remember when I learned that.
All 3 of these guys are just great. They're funny. They're the ones that are, like, so endearing, because they're so focused and one-minded, and they can, like, no one can tell them they can't do it.
Yeah, for real.
Okay.
So when you think about Wrecker, the guy that plays Drax, his name is Dave Bautista. If you could pick anybody else except for Dave Bautista, who would you want to play Wrecker in a live action?
The Rock.
I knew you were going to say that.
But he's just the one that I know is super muscular and would be like...
That's fair. Yes, he would do a really good job. He really would. His, like, sense of humor is great and perfect for something like that.
And he can act real dumb, which is nice, too.
Oh my God.
Because they kind of have that dumb personality, and you're just kind of like, oh my gosh, you're so nice.
Yeah, that's so funny. Okay, let's move on to Tech. I think I really like Tech because he's very much... Well, we're picking other people from other franchises. He's very much this Spencer Reed of the group.
Oh, I love Spencer.
Yeah. So he says he may not look like a typical clone, but a valuable soldier in the Republic Army. Result of genetic manipulation, like the rest of his special unit. He has an aptitude for science and technology that's unmatched by man or machine. And if you look at his armor really close, at least in this picture that's on StarWars.com in the databank, his right shoulder pad has like a little skull in the corner. And I want to know not only like their armor is kind of, it makes sense for being like a special forces unit, you know, but I want to know the significance of any of the little things on there. Or if there is any at all.
The other guy, what's it? Hang on, let me go back to Hunter. Mm-hmm. Hunter has that too on his right arm.
Oh, okay,
the guy in the black armor.
Yeah.
So,
wait, and so does Crosshair.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So I think, what if that's part of their, like, team insignia?
Yeah, on Crosshairs, so in the picture on Hunter's page on StarWars.com, in the databank, it's the little skull, and then it says 99 under it. So I think it's their, like, a group insignia. Their
yeah. Because I was like, he has one too, and they all have one.
That's awesome. Yeah, I don't have any lines memorized. I just wanted to kind of go over the introduction of these guys. For this episode, but we will definitely get into more nitty-gritty details as this arc continues. So moving on from Tech, who do you want to do, Crosshair or Hunter?
I like Hunter. I think he was really cool. Like, at first I thought, okay, he was just the leader, kind of whatever, and then, like, they were like, he has unmatched abilities with his senses and his tracking ability. Mm-hmm. He is the sergeant that serves as a commanding officer, but he has the mutated clones with desirable mutations. Hang on. I'm trying to, like, skim through, like, what's actually what's pertinent
a feature,
right? But I know that he has, like, he can track. And he has that real good, the senses, like, they said that he could feel the electromagnetic pulses from things.
Yeah.
So.
Which would make sense that that's genetic, because, like, we have electromagneticness around, like, electric pulses around our bodies.
Well, fish can feel it.
Right.
And sharks and things like that. So
yeah, he's probably got
something that they.
Shark genetics.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think he's really, I also like that he's very, like, level-headed. And he's kind of more of the, okay, this is what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. He kind of pulls the whole team, I feel like. But he's not like, I'm the leader, everybody listens to me. He's just like, okay, we're going to do this. But he listens to each one of his teammates, though, so I like that too.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like he listens to his team, but he also is, like, working with Rex pretty well. Like, he's aware that this is a team effort, even though he's like, I know my clones can do this. We just have to build up this trust with these regs and get them to understand that we're not here because we're better than you. We're here, I mean, we are here for that, but, like, because we can work together to make this a more successful mission, Mm-hmm. Okay, so moving on to the last but not least, Crosshair. Crosshair kind of rubs me the wrong way a little bit, I'm gonna be honest with you. But his description, when you have to hit a precise target from 10 clicks, Crosshair's your man. So the Crosshair is the crosshair in your like, aiming mechanism, of whatever weapon. So he is our, like, I don't want to call him a sniper, but
he's the brilliant eyesight abilities.
Yeah. It says Crosshair is gifted with a sniper blaster, but there's a word that I was trying to think of, like a master shooter, master or something, but whatever. Marksman, thank you.
I was like, let me think.
I was like, it starts with an M. I can't think of it. Thank you. I love that their individuality stands out. I'm bringing it up as a whole because they each have their own thing, like Wrecker's eye and his whole body, really. Tech's haircut and Tech's equipment, and then Hunter's skull tattoo, and then Crosshair's literal crosshair over his eye that seems to have a black eye at all times. Like, I really love that the individuality isn't just in their voice and their face, it's in their hair and their tattoos and the shapes of their face and all of that. I love that so much.
Yeah, they're definitely malformed when it comes to your standard clones and everything. But we're going back to the whole, they aren't that the clones are allowed to be a little bit individual. Some of them have a different color hair. Yeah. Some of them do have those tattoos on their faces. Yeah. Yeah. So,
and I love that.
Yeah. But they're allowed to be a lot more individual.
Right.
Because they were part of the Bad Batch.
Right, yeah. I think that because they already came out as individuals, they were like, okay, like, your abilities are part of your descriptor, so, like, become who you need to be, you know, to be successful. So I completely skipped over this, but if Hunter was played by somebody in the real world, who would you want it to be played by?
The guy who did Lord of the Rings, the Ranger.
The Ranger in Lord of the Rings. I haven't seen Lord of the Rings in years. Please don't come for me, anybody.
Let's see, hang on, I'm gonna look it up.
Okay, while you look that up, I would... Outside of having Matthew I can't say his last name, Grubler play Tech, I think another one...
Viggo
Mortensen. That's the Hunter guy?
Yeah, he's the Ranger, but I think he would be good as the Hunter. Maybe.
Yeah, I love that. I think that Matthew could do a good job as Tech, but I also think, like, somebody like, oh God, what's his name? I think is it Michael Cera? Is that who I'm thinking of? He's got, like, a baby face. He's in Juno.
Oh! Yeah!
You know what I'm saying?
I just watched a thing about him today. Yes, I think he would be brilliant.
Yeah, or, like, Tobey Maguire. Tobey Maguire could do it.
Yeah,
there's a lot of options.
Yes.
I don't even like Tobey Maguire all that much.
Who's young and who's, like, kind of naive.
Yeah, and, like, small...
Like, super smart.
Yeah, and, like, small facial
brain.
features.
Yes.
So funny.
And then what about Crosshair?
Oh, God, I don't know. There's a guy on my mind that I can't think of his name, and I'm gonna... Give me a second. Give me a moment. Cue elevator music.
No, we need the club music.
Yeah, we're gonna have to, like, find some elevator music to insert there. Oh, what is his name? He's in Mamma Mia. That doesn't help.
That is, super... the first one or the second one?
The first. I mean, both. He's a dad. He's one of the dads.
He's one of the dads. Pierce Brosnan, Colin Firth. Colin Firth?
No, Pierce Brosnan. Pierce Brosnan.
Oh, he's too old.
Yeah, but whatever. Young Pierce Brosnan could do it. And the guy that plays James Bond, and I think that Pierce Brosnan, though, like, he's who they based the... Did you see the poster from Celebration? The big, long one? Okay, so I'll show it to you one day. Or you can just, like, Google it.
I am.
From the most recent Celebration. Make sure it's that one. So the Thrawn, the blue guy, that's on there, they based him off of Pierce Brosnan's face. Like, there's no denying that. Like, you can look at it and it's Pierce Brosnan. So I think that's why I also think of, like, relate him to Star Wars,
Yes.
Yeah.
I see it.
Yep.
Okay.
Right. I love it. Yeah. I think that would be amazing. He might get too old to do that, but I think it would be awesome, and he would do such a great job. Anyways, I'm off focus. There's a reason I gotta watch Clone Wars multiple times. Anyways. Okay, so we talked about all of them. Let's close out this episode with some fun facts. These can all be found on StarWars.com. Under the Bad Batch, there is a trivia gallery. So there is an image of the 2015 production image of the story reel, and it looks really cool because it kind of looks like video game graphics, and then what it would look like in 2020 and what we saw on screen, which is just... I love it so much. It's so cool to see that rendering. It says, originally planned as part of Season 7, the Bad Batch arc began production in 2012. The episodes were fully scripted, voiced, and animated up to the story reel stage. And those story reels were later released online in 2015, which are those episodes that you and I never saw. The rocky planet of Anaxis featured in this episode shows up later in the overall Star Wars timeline in Rebels. In Rebels, the planet has suffered a cataclysmic event which leads to the former Republic base floating on an asteroid belt. I don't remember that. Wow.
Neither do I.
You know what? I sleep to Rebels. I put that on and I just sleep to it because I watched it so many times through.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these are, like, really cool, like, rendering facts and, like, production facts, but I love that stuff, so I'm gonna keep going. Mace Windu underwent quite a few updates for his appearance in this season. His Star Wars The Clone Wars body was always very slim, similar to Anakin's, rather than the more solid build that we see in live-action films. So in this one, so in Season 7, and I guess the updates, Mace has a thicker neck, a bulkier chest and torso, shorter tabards and boots that are a closer match to those worn by Samuel L. Jackson in the prequels. It's also the first time that he had eyelashes.
All right.
I love that. I love adding the random things to animation that make it more realistic, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Echo, oh my god. Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there next week. Echo was thought dead after the events of the Season 4 episode Counterattack, in which he was caught in an explosion when trying to escape the Citadel prison. We will get on to Distant Echo when the time comes. So nobody get excited or depressed. It's fine. The Bad Batch
I didn't watch it specifically so that I couldn't say anything about it.
Yeah.
Like, no,
so
he's not here.
Yeah. The Bad Batch's official squad name, Clone Force 99, is an homage to 99, a malformed clone with genetic defects. He sacrificed himself to save Kamino, the home of the clones, and became an inspiration to his brothers. I will tell you, when 99 showed up, I have a serious problem with, like, actors and men and people with pitiful faces that make me feel bad for them. Just, like, internally, I can't help it. Like, I feel so sorry for no reason at all, other than their face. And 99 made me feel that way. It hurt me so much. It's just like, you poor pitiful thing, you're so strong. God, I'm the worst. Anyways. Continuing on, we're on 6 of 12, so we're almost there, people. While designs for every member of the Bad Batch had been finalized in 2011, the design team revisited the unfinished digital models in late 2018, and then they gave each character's unique personality, had resulted in designs for a group of soldiers that looked almost too distinct from each other, and not enough like the clones. So when they developed the new for the final season on Disney Plus, they remodeled the Bad Batch, and they're all variants of Rex's head model. So it's just, like, featured, accentuated, or modified to fix his face. The one thing they all share is the same eyes, which are intentionally almost identical to Rex's. That's so cool.
That is.
I love that, because that's why they do look alike, even though they look so different. Is the face, you know? Like, obviously, like, they're supposed to be clones, but at the same time, their faces are so different and so the same. I don't get it. I'm always so amazed at how creative people are. Anyways. Speaking of eyes, every hero character in the final season of Star Wars: The Clone Wars has been updated with smaller eyes. After several years making Star Wars Rebels and Resistance, the team took the lessons they learned on those series and applied them to The Clone Wars, bringing the characters more in line with recent productions. I like that, because animation tends to always have big eyes, you know?
Yeah.
So I think smallening them up makes it more appealing for people.
Yes.
A poster inside the Batcher's ship seems to be from a magazine named History Monthly. And it's like this image of that magazine cover, and it's pretty cool. I like it. And it's all in, what's the word? What's the language? Starts with an A. Know what I'm talking about?
No.
Orbesh.
I'm like...
that. Orbesh.
Orbesh. All right.
The battle droid lines, "Do you know what's going on?" and "Maybe it's another drill," are echoes of Stormtrooper dialogue on the Death Star in A New Hope. That's so cool. Wow. They never cease to stop and amaze me. Each member of the Bad Batch has a skull icon, their unofficial logo. Wow, we're so smart. We didn't even have to read the fun facts. We just watched the show.
Right, and we made our own conclusions.
And we figured it out. The models used for Anakin and Obi-Wan in the final season of The Clone Wars have been updated to better reflect their look seen in Revenge of the Sith, which I totally love that.
And I looked at it and I was like, wow, Anakin got real dark.
Yeah. It's because he's really dark.
Yeah.
He's a dark boy. Yeah, I really loved that. You can obviously tell when the animation updates, especially when it's things as, severe as that, not just Mace Windu's eyelashes.
Right.
But I really, it put it into perspective for me to know, all of the things that we're going to see in this season and how real it's about to get.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 12 of 12 is the same thing, but with Obi-Wan. It's really cool, too, because on these images, they have, color palettes. The color palettes that they wear. So, Obi-Wan's is, a beige, a light brown, a dark brown, a gray, and a lighter gray.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty cool. I love that.
And then Anakin's, black, dark black, darker black.
Darker black. Charcoal black. Deep black. Rustic black.
Gray black.
Sounds like my closet.
Honey, I looked at mine the other day and I was like, I told Nathan, I was like, do you know where my black pants are? And he's like, these? And I was like, no. And he's like, these? And I was like, no.
No.
And he's like, these? He's like, you have 6 pairs of black pants. And I was like, the ones with the pockets.
I love that. That's so funny. That's hilarious.
He's like, we need to get you different color pants. I was like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, really. I'm the same way. I have one pair of black pants that doesn't match any of my other shoes, and I'm like, okay, well, now I've got to go get other pairs of black pants. I'll get there eventually, Okay, I think that's really it for the Bad Batch, at least for a first summary. We will see you guys next week with episode 2, possibly 2 and 3, so that maybe we can get up to date on those. So once 3 comes out, which is, oh my god, that's Friday, wow.
I was in 2 days,
right? Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Not 2 days from when this episode comes out, but 2 days from when we're recording it. But I really can't wait for that. I can't wait to see the full arc of it all, because I know it's going to be emotional now that I know what's going on after episode 2. But thank you so much, Summer, for being here and talking to me about
You're welcome.
The Bad Batch and those boys. And thank you all for listening. If you want to find us, please reach out to the main channel, Kessel Run Weekly. It's at Kessel Run Weekly on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, or kesselrunweekly.com, where you can find blog reviews, blog posts, and blog reviews, book reviews, blog posts, and our podcast episodes. Keep an eye out on our YouTube channel, because if we're not going to be super active on there, we're at least trying to upload some more content. So definitely go check us out on YouTube as well. You can find me personally on Instagram at CJerica and on Twitter at CJerica95, or on my blog at CheyenneHoover.wordpress.com, where I post Star Wars Sunday and lots of other things. So go catch up on those blog posts. Summer, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at SummerLynn1121. I really don't post a lot, but I do like to follow people, so I will follow you and like your stuff.
Yeah, she's here to support you.
Yes.
All right, once again, thank you all so much for listening, and may the Force be with you.
Always.